am leaving on a jet plane. Don't know if I'll be back again. Say, won't you, babe, I hate to go, but I want you really want to say that I am leaving on a jet plane. Don't know if I'll be back again. Say, won't you, babe, I hate to go.
Hi, my name is Megan Thomas and I'm a senior advertising major minoring in business at West Virginia University. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to study abroad last spring in Dublin, Ireland. I can easily say, without hesitation, that going abroad for 4 months has changed my life forever. I had always known I wanted to go abroad, but the day I got an email saying to come get my packet will be a memory that will never fade. I was so anxious and nervous, but the minute I saw Ireland, my first choice, my first tears of joy ran down my face. Being able to experience another country and learn a whole new culture is something I would highly recommend to anyone. It gives you a whole new perspective on life and allows you to learn a lot about yourself and how to adapt on your own. When asked to explain how peace, love, and understanding played a role during my journey abroad, I think the answer is quite simple. Peace is a state of harmony and commonly understood as the absence of hostility. In so many ways, you gain peace from studying abroad. During my stay in Dublin, for the first time in my life, I felt free, calm, relaxed, and at ease. There were days where I would sit in the grass outside my apartment and just think about where my life was going, where I've been, where I've gone, and where I want to go. The feeling you get waking up in another country never goes away. Every morning you have to tell yourself that it wasn't a dream and you are actually at the exact place you want to be. The rolling green hills of Ireland made me feel whole and feel like I didn't need to stress. All of my life I've had to have a plan, a map of what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. But being in Ireland, I learned that sometimes you have to see where life takes you, that every day is an adventure. It doesn't matter if you go down the wrong street or that you're lost, because when studying abroad, time is no longer tracked. You have no schedule nor agenda. The only thing you have to do is soak up as much as you can and explore with your eyes wide open. What I learned was when you walk without a map, you learn about the culture that you're living in and also about yourself. You learn to take on instincts that you may have never known you had, nor needed to until now. You learn to be independent and take your life by the reins.
Till you walked into my life.
Love is an emotion of strong affection and personal attachment. In philosophical context, love is a virtue representing all of human kindness, compassion, and affection. I fell in love in Ireland. I got to meet some of the nicest people and experience some of the best hospitality I've ever experienced. I fell in love in so many ways. In Dublin, I had an apartment on campus with a girl from London and 2 WVU students I had never met before this adventure. I couldn't imagine my trip without Preston and Christy. I met Preston a few times before we left to help each other figure out classes, book our flights, and figuring out living accommodations. I didn't find out about Christy going until a few weeks prior before departure. We were too busy to meet before we left and met at the gates of A1 at the Philadelphia airport. Within days, we started realizing how much we had in common. It didn't take long for us to become inseparable. I can easily say that I've never been closer with anyone in my entire life. It's amazing how much you can learn about someone in only a few months. I feel like I've told her my whole life story. Although I only have a year left at WVU, I can't imagine going here without her by my side. I don't know how I've made it this far without her. She's my best friend and someone I can count on and always go to. I'm so thankful to have met her through this experience. I found love from the people of Ireland. Christy had family there that she had never met and had just found out about right before we left. I got to experience her becoming acquainted with them, and I actually felt like I was a part of their family. They are the most kind, loving, wholehearted people I've ever met. The values there are nowhere close to the values most people have in the States. Family always comes first. They put each other before themselves and will go out of their way for anyone, even a perfect stranger. I don't know what my trip would have been like without knowing the Hennessy's and Casses, but I can tell you that it wouldn't have been the same. Saying goodbye to them the day before my departure back to the States was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I consider them my family, and to this day frequently talk to them to see how they are doing. I'll never forget getting out of the car in Portlaoise to go back to Dublin, and Mag Hennessy, which was one of the women I was close to, whispering in my ear, "I love you." Understanding is a psychological process related to an abstract or physical object, such as a person, situation, or message, whereby one is able to use concepts to deal with adequately and apply to life. I gained understanding in so many ways. I learned more about myself than I could have ever imagined. I've always been independent, but I'll admit I learned I wasn't as independent as I thought until I went to Europe. You literally have the freedom to do whatever you want, however you want, and whenever you want. You have to make smart decisions and be able to realize what needs to come first. I realize that there are all different kinds of people out there, and if you take the time to get to know them, you might not only find out more about them and where they are from, but about yourself as well. I've matured so much since my trip. Studying abroad is not just an experience you gain from a semester. It's an experience that will last you a lifetime. Since I've been back, the only thing I find I like to talk about is my adventures. I somehow find in every conversation how to relate it back to a country I visited. Not only did I get to explore all of Ireland, but I got to visit Fuerteventura, which is one of the Grand Canary Islands, Edinburgh, Scotland, Barcelona, Spain, Rome, Italy, and Paris, France. My dreams came true through studying abroad. I got to go to countries I never dreamed I'd be able to visit, let alone all at the age of 21. I've become so passionate about going abroad, and hope that this video will encourage others to do the same. You can make your dreams become a reality too. Had I not gone abroad, I may have never known how passionate I am for Ireland and traveling. After having this experience, I've now decided what I want to do in life. I've decided to go to graduate school abroad and would like to work for an international advertising company. My heart belongs in both worlds, and I can't imagine being in just one place anymore. There's so much more out there to experience and learn. It's up to you to decide if that's the kind of experience you want. I would like to leave you with an old Irish blessing I heard while on a tour of Belfast, Northern Ireland. This blessing means a lot to me, and sums up the words peace, love, and understanding, of which I gained while studying abroad in Ireland. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sunshine warm upon your face. May the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of His hand.
To the place.